Greetings, everybody. Happy 2026. This is Metal Dad Dan, and I just want to kind of start, one of my first videos to upload for the year is hope everyone had a great holidays and a good New Year's. I'm just kind of starting this channel just to see how it goes, and I just want to start my first video is December haul that I got for December. Some new stuff, some other stuff as well, so I just want to go through a list of what I got for the Black Friday and holiday sales and stuff I found in general. So first, I'm going to bring up a couple things. First, non-metal related, but more hip hop is I got the Necro Murder Kill double EP and Necro's Epilogue Horror, which is like a 4-song EP that he put out. Got it during his sale. That was really good on his website. Love more like horrorcore stuff like that. I thought it was pretty good. The other ones I got is actually got my copy of Static X's Wisconsin Death Trip 25th anniversary. It's a good release. Definitely love this album. It's their first album, and love those first few records. And I thought they were really good, and it's a good release. So some stuff I picked up, new and old, as I said. Stuff I got from Maggot Stomp Records. I picked up both Corpse Piles in the Beginning and Hardcore Death Metal by Corpse Pile. I know it's Jimmy from the Block's favorite band. So I love these releases. I thought they're pretty cool. It's interesting. I really like it. Some obscure stuff I've also found. Some stuff on when I was looking online, stuff like I found, that's really good. I found some good releases of Century Disgorging the Dead. Good album. Only one album they ever did, and it is fantastic. Definitely a great album. I also found, when I was looking around, I found a copy of Possessed Entity, Extermination of Angelic Parasites. And so if I sound kind of stopped up or breathing, I'm kind of under the weather a bit. I'm kind of just recovering from the holidays, and allergies are killing me right now. So if I sound out of it, I do apologize. But so I got those. I also got a copy of Sacrilege in Behind the Realm of Mellowness. Great debut from Crustbuck Band. Love the stuff. When I was out and about, I also found a couple albums. I found Winter into Darkness, great Death Doom album. I also found Black Breath Sentence to Life. I need to start listening to more of this band. I really like their stuff, their style. And I was also, when I was out, I found kind of controversial take, but I like this album still, is Young in the Way When Life Comes to Death. I listened to this band before. I remember the controversy a few years ago, and people, they got canceled and pretty much broke up, but I found a copy of this, and I'm like, you know what, I'll pick it up. It's a good album still, really good. Such a shame what happened to the band, but still like this album. I also picked up a copy of Nails on Silence Death, one of my favorite power violent grind, whatever you want to call it. And of course, Abandoned All Life. I also, when I was out and about, I also got a copy, it's kind of silly, but I found a used free copy of God Hates Us All. It's an album that many people either love or hate by Slayer. I like this album. I still like a lot of songs off of this. Disciple, Warzone, Bloodline, Threshold. They're all really good songs. I'll make a video one day about my favorite bands, and Slayer's one of my favorite bands. So I like that album regardless of, either people like it or not. I also found a really good copy, and I was able to complete my collection of Soylent Green Pussy Soul. I found a really good copy for a good price, and I now have every album from Soylent Green. This is their first album. I like a lot of songs off of here. Falling from a 65-story building, Slap Fuck, Keep Crawling. They're all good songs. Can't complain. I also want to thank, I I love Hell's Headbangers and love their stuff releases. So I picked up some of the stuff during their holiday stuff and got some goodies. So I picked up the following: Rotting Crush, one of my favorite. You gotta thank J-Dog. This album fucking rules. It's brutal from beginning to end. Just, I've been listening to this nonstop. It's one of my favorite albums, brutal death metal album. I also picked up the new album from Exalia, The Ancient Gaping Mouth. Again, if I mess these names up, I do apologize. I'm terrible at pronunciations. I love this album. I like their demo, but this was a great album. I also picked up the new recopy of Hideous Mangulus, All Your Friends Are Dead. Love that stuff. And, you know, inside, everything, it's just beautiful. Thank you to Hells does excellent work. And, of course, I also picked up a copy of Evil Army, which I never had, so I picked this up. And I got the great Rotting Age of Chaos, and That Is Not Dead. Stuff like this. I really love those albums, and Hell's Headbangers is a great distro. I love they always do great. I listen to J-Dog and every day. He just always cracks me up. So one of the next albums I found, I actually found it. I talked to Pete Slate from Jude Lord. Gotta give a shout out to him. He's really awesome. He actually had a copy of their debut Hymns for the Wicked, and this is hard to find. This is like, you can't find this on eBay or Discogs. It's hard, but he had a copy. He had a $1 copy, and he sent it to me for a decent price. I asked him to autograph it, so he autographed it for me. Thank you, Pete, really, for doing that for me. I mean, that's really, you didn't have to do that, but I really do appreciate it. So I got those copies, and I'm proud to have every album by this band. And again, one of my favorite Death Doom bands, and they need to re-release this album. It's really hard. So if you guys are able to if you hear this, please do. So we're going down to the final albums I picked up, 2025 December. Some easy ones. Because actually next year I'm going to go see Evanescence next year. So I picked up a copy of their 25th anniversary of Fallen. I used to own this album back in the day in high school, but I kind of sold it years ago, but got the 20th anniversary, and of course I found a used free copy of Open Door. It's easygoing, pretty easy. I like their just two albums, and it's easy when I want to listen to something like goth rock. I'm in that mood, I can listen to it. And then my final pickup is I found the first Fear Factory album, Souls of a New Machine. Great industrial death band. I love this band. Those first three records. This one, and of course, I picked up Demanufacture along with the Remanufacture, which I love this remix album, and the special edition of Obsolete, which has the cover of Cars, which I actually like that, and I also like Where Evil Dwells, and like those songs too. I had those again. I just picked them up one day, and just wanted to get those. So hopefully I'll be making more videos in the future, and I'd like to get started and just to kind of, introduce Pete myself and get to know people. And I'm really excited to start this. Hope people enjoy it. Any questions or comments, feel free to leave them. All right. Take it easy. Dad Dan is signing out. Peace.